Hello everyone. So I've been playing around with this whole Christmas ornament thing, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. First, let me say, okay, this is what I normally do. Now this is the plastic ornament, and I just use a brush and I paint the outside of this. And it works really well. I'm trying to think of where I can hold my camera. Let's see. All right. I'm just going to prop it up here a second so I can show you. Alright, so here's the ornament. And I got a flashlight. Okay. And you see how that's pretty covered. And that's the way I like them. So that's that. Now if you take a sponge and you do it, like this one, you get spots. See how that's see-through there? And this will work too. You just got to do more coating on it. And it gives it kind of a different texture to the outside. And that's not bad either. Now, the good part about doing it this way is you could paint them and then use something like this gloss sealer or the Krylon over there and just seal them and finish them. Now, let's get you on something. Okay, so in the process, I rigged this thing up, and I figured I'd show you guys just so you could see. This is just a 99-cent basket that I got at Walmart. It's just a cheap little plastic one, and I cut this piece of cardboard and left some sticking out on either side so that I've got a gap there. See, and I could let them drip into the bottom. I put a piece of cardboard and some wax paper down there to catch it so it doesn't make a mess. But this is the easiest way I found to let them drip. Now, what I'm working on right now, this one, is I used pouring medium, a lot of pouring medium, a little bit of paint. And I mixed it in this cup. And then I poured it into this bottle. And it was only like half full. And I squirted it in there, swirled it around, and dumped it out, put the extra back in the bottle. And I'm going to try and do this several times and let it do several coatings of it. Because I figure if I make the paint really loose and do a very, very thin coat and do a couple of them, maybe I could cover it that way and it would be completely dry. Where the paint is so much thicker and it's not drying correctly. So that was my one theory I'm currently trying. I'm also going to, another lady suggested using glue because she makes glitter ornaments. And I'm going to give that a go and try, I think I'm going to try mixing it in with the paint, the glue in with the paint on some, and then try and just like maybe loosen the glue with water and swish it around and let that dry and then try to add paint. I'm just worried like with Elmer's glue type thing that, you know, it does make a film, but I don't know if that would just pull right off the sides or not. I did buy more multi-purpose paint, enamel paint, different kinds. Now the problem being, and I'll show you, like I got this folk art paint, and this is the folk art enamel. Now, if you look at the directions on this they want you to shake well and then do an hour between coats. But to cure it, it's saying first air dry surface for an hour, then place in a cool oven, heat to 350, and bake for 30 minutes. Okay, that's the folk art. Now the deco art is saying clean your surface with alcohol first, and then after you paint it, cure it for 4 days, And then you need to place it into an oven at 325 for 30 minutes. So this one you have to let sit for 4 days before you bake it. Now, I also got this patio paint. Now, this is for porous surfaces. So I don't think this is going to work for either of these, but I bought it just because it was different to give it a go. And this is the same, let's see, I think this is the same as the other one. I don't know, here. Air dry for 72 hours. But this probably wasn't going to work at all because this is for porous surfaces. Now I also got this multi-surface apple barrel. Now this one I like because it says that you can air dry it for 21 days or bake it. And if you're going to bake it, you air dry it for an hour and then place it in 350 for 30 minutes. So the problem I was foreseeing is, depending on what paint you use, you can't mix and match these paints because they cure differently. So like I use this, I have this indoor outdoor. This is what I use for everything coating wise. And you wouldn't be able to swirl this on the inside of a globe and then paint with a multi-surface because you're going to have to bake it to have it cure. And I don't know what this is going to do baking. And this doesn't really say, it just says let dry an hour between. And but this is what I use when I paint them. And I've done this, I did this last year too. And if you just paint the outside, what I like about painting the outside is once this is adhered to the outside of the globe, you could just use regular acrylic right on it. You don't have to have all that multi-surface. So you could buy like one bottle of paint to do the outside and then just use all your regular paints and then spray it like you normally would like a rock. And these should be fine. But if it's glass, see, now I didn't do any glass ones last year. I don't know how that would hold up as far as just spraying it. And I don't even know if it would adhere to the outside. You might need to use the multi-surface. And then if you do, you really need to stick with the same brand all throughout it so that you can cure it properly in the end. So that's my take on what is going on with these ornaments. So like I said, I got this one going right now, and I just added the pouring medium and swished it around. It's really thin. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to do a couple coats and then see what that looks like. And I'm also going to just clean one with alcohol and try that. And I'm going to do the glue and try that. I guess some with the glue, one with the glue in the paint, and one I'll try and just do the glue by itself. So I'm going to get all those going, and I will be back to finish filming this in a day or two with the results of what I got. Okay, just so you guys can see. Now, I'm working with just the plastic. I'm going to do the same for the glass. I've got these 3 ornaments. I'm going to clean them out with this rubbing alcohol. I'm going to dump some in there, swish it around, and let those dry. Now, I've got Elmer's School Glue, and I got Elmer's Clear Glue. And I'm going to try both, because I don't know if this dries cloudy or not. And so I'll try both of them and see, and I'll tell you exactly what I did, if it's mixed in or if it's not mixed in with the paint, if I coated it before. But these are the brands I'm going to use and just give this trial and error going. Okay, so this one I coated with the clear glue just straight out of the bottle. This one that's kind of cloudy, I watered, see if I can get a good, watered it way down, that school glue, and I just swirled it around and gonna let that dry. Okay, here's what I ended up doing, and here's the result. I'm not super happy with all this yet. This is the one that I loosened the paint. Let me see. Loosened the paint with pouring medium, and I was going to do several coats of, like, with it really watered down, and just coat it, and see if that would work. This is the results of that. Can't really see it so good. It's very streaky. I didn't cover it. See, it's just not good. That didn't work at all. Then this one that I was kind of hopeful for with the clear glue. Look at how much this ran. But I coated it with the clear glue, and then I dumped it in there, and it didn't stick at all. And I cleaned this globe with alcohol before I put the glue on there so that it would really adhere. And that didn't work. Now this is the regular school glue, that white school glue. And it did better. I watered it down and I dumped it in there, and then I painted it. And it did better than the clear glue, which surprised me. But it's not great. It's very streaky. I don't know if you could see that. This flashlight's not the greatest. Maybe if I put it there. Yeah, see how streaky it is? You can see it when I angle it that way. So that's not good. Now this one I just cleaned the globe with alcohol, let it dry, and this has got enamel paint in it. I don't know why I used the enamel paint. I just dumped it in there. But this one, I have to say, it's got areas like right there that I missed, but it's pretty well covered. And it did a pretty good job, and it's very dry. This is dry. Won't get me wet at all. And so this is on the outside, that smudge there. I have to clean that, but this is adhered really good. And so maybe you just need to clean it with alcohol and then dump your paint in there. But clean it with alcohol and then let it dry. I let it drip dry. I did it like the next day, and I put paint in there, and this adhered really well. And with just paint. This is enamel paint, but I'm assuming the regular paint will work too. But I think I'm going to get this video out because it's been days again, and I haven't shown you guys. But it takes like 2-3 days to know what these things are going to do. So I'm going to post this video and show you guys what I got so far. And I'm going to try just cleaning them and putting the different kinds of paints in there and seeing how that goes. And I'll post a video of my success when I figure out exactly what to do. So it might be a week or so. It depends on how long it takes me to do that. I hadn't got any of that Deco Arts adhering medium. I've looked all over locally and nobody carries it. I've been to Walmart and Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and nobody carries it in the store. So I may try ordering some of that online. They have it on Amazon, I've seen, and see if that does anything. But if you're interested in painting the inside of the ornaments and you want more information, then just keep an eye out for that. But like I said, it'll probably be a week or two before I get another video on it. But that's what I got going. I'm sorry for the flip-flopping of the video. I was holding my phone in my hand upright. Didn't realize it the first half. So it just is what it is. At least you guys got the information of what I found out. Not that I've been very successful, but I hope they can help somebody out, and I will post again when I figure it out. I'm not going to keep posting failures because it's kind of pointless. I'll just post when I can get something that's going to work all the time. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.